The Drake feature curse. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think Drake, if you get on a Drake song, or if Drake get on your song, you really might become a one-hit wonder. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And it's facts, though. It's facts, you might become a one-hit wonder. But I don't think that is the case for 4 Bats. But everybody else, that is the case. Not PARTYNEXTDOOR, obviously. But, you know, because who even is on these OVO fucking, you know, who signed to this shit, for real? I remember BlocBoy JB, that nigga gone. What? Boy, where is he at? Smiley? Bro, we never even heard of him after that fucking song.
For years, people have talked about Drake giving new artists a major boost with a feature, either on one of their songs or guesting on his projects. Because he's seen as putting so many rappers on over the years, it's no surprise that a lot of them feel indebted to him.
I messaged Drake like, yeah, you're a cool dude, you know what I'm saying? He like, he real observant.
So this has been in a long time.
Me, like 2018, we're gonna make it happen, but we made it happen for real.
But while we all know the success stories of people like Lil Baby and 21 Savage, what happens when the
Drake is like, why does he always like wanna be on that new, he like really wanna be on that new wave? Every single time, every new artist that come out, you see this nigga Drake is the first nigga there, bro. He's the first one. Yo, I don't like this wardrobe right now, bro. What the, why do I have a hat on, dude? Yeah! That's much better, much better.
Cosign backfires and becomes the highlight of your career. And does that feature from Drizzy come with strings attached? That means you can never escape his shadow. From Kendrick Lamar accusing Drake of, quote, running to Atlanta when he needs a few dollars, and specifically mentioning how he uses his features with rappers like Future, 21 Savage, Lil Baby, and 2 Chainz as a way to be more accepted by the culture, it highlights a deeper point that I want to dive more into later in the video.
This nigga, bro, these days, how? Drake is literally black, bro. He's literally black. I don't get what that fucking man, like, Kendrick is just a dumbass for that. Like, bro, he's literally black. How is he, you feel me? And who else is in the rap game, bro? He's a fucking rapper. Who else is in the rap game? Straight black niggas, bro. That came from the goddamn gutter, stealing goddamn Skittles and shit. What? Who else do you want him to perform with? There is no other white nigga in the goddamn rap scene. Like, literally. Who?
Like Rod Wave, a top-selling rapper with a die-hard fan base and the ability to sell out huge venues worldwide, even going as far as to turn down a feature
Rod
from
Wave's
Drake.
not a rapper,
so
though.
It's clear that something fishy is going on. But before we get into how things went so wrong, I first need to explain how Drizzy got this reputation as a cheat code for success. By the year 2020, Drake assisted 32 artists to their highest Hot 100 position at the time. This included major stats like Kendrick Lamar, Future, Lil Baby, and many more. On average, the artists climbed up 19 spots from their previous highest position. Plus, 18 of these artists had never even made it onto the charts in the first place before they got that Drake stimmy. His peak moment of helping other artists came in 2017 when he brought 7 fellow rappers onto the billboards, or at least gave them a boost. By 2021, he'd appear on 41 projects as a guest since 2015, and 30 times out of those 41, his track had the highest streams on Spotify and YouTube for the entire project. And of course, Drake didn't just let those numbers speak for themselves. He's constantly boasted about these accomplishments on songs like Mob Ties.
Lead the league in scoring, man, but look at my assist.
And now that Drake is facing opposition from artists like Future, Rick Ross, The Weeknd, and Kendrick Lamar during the Rap Civil War that's taken a hold of the game, his track Push-Ups also hinted towards those who benefited from the stimulus package, with shots like every song that made it onto the charts he got from Drizzy, and your first #1, I had to put it in your hand. Because of the reputation as a hitmaker who can uplift an artist's career, it's meant that getting the guest spot from Drake outshines cosigns from legends in the industry.
A Jay-Z feature is still considered one of the most important features you can get to this day.
Really?
This was especially.
Really? Jay-Z? No, I mean, like, to be honest, I think he's kind of right on that. Because if you see an upcoming artist with a Jay-Z feature, you gonna think, how the fuck did this nigga get a Jay-Z feature? Jay-Z don't be on nobody's songs, bro. I think he's definitely right. Drake be on all these niggas' songs. Let's be honest. Yeah, what the fuck? I think that's right, right? Drake be on all these niggas' songs. To be honest, if you're a big artist, if you just now coming out big artist, mainstream type shit, you're gonna get that fucking text from Drake. And you already know that. You already know that. But Jay-Z, if Jay-Z hit you in your fucking DM, you gonna be like, Oh, hell no. I made it.
Actually true for someone like Lil Durk, who was famously featured on Drake's absolute smash hit, Laugh Now, Cry Later.
In the studio, right? This motherfucker Drake come through the DM like, I see your number. Man, you told me this before. I supposed to be on that compilation he did. Like, he dropped like 4 songs. He didn't get on it. So when he said, DM me his number, I'm like, he sent the song through. I called everybody. While you rich, it's over with. Like, shit, he got that touch for real. You hear me? I turned to a fan that motherfucker. I called everybody. Mama, it's over down. With. I'm finna do this motherfucker. We finna fuck him up on, and we finna go. And then so we came out, and the song was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
We went straight to 100.
And then it just kept
shout out to Drizzy, man.
Yeah, shout out Drake though. He definitely helped the motherfucker out 1,000.
Praised by so many who got that first taste of the Billboard through him, it's one of the few things that, until recently at least, most of his fellow MCs were happy to salute Drizzy for.
I'm the only person that put on for me when I ain't have nobody was Drake. I'm talking about Drake was the first person to put on like before anybody. He didn't want to sign me.
Yeah.
He didn't want to, it was like, yo, that's raw talent, yo. Like, you gotta shine, yo. I'm gonna see to it. I forever owe Drake.
Well, that's a little awkward now, considering the recent events that's taken the game by storm. But as much as Drake fans like to talk about how he can basically give rappers exposure or even revive their careers, this is only one side of the story. Because for every success for people like Flocko, Savage, or The Weeknd, there are people like BlocBoy JB, Sosa Geek, OVO signees Division in the UK gigs, who haven't returned to the Billboard charts ever since.
Who was them? Who is Sosa Geeks, bro? Drake did not sign an artist named Sosa Geeks, bro. I promise you he didn't. Yo, what the fuck is this nigga on?
Flocko, Savage, or The Weeknd, there are people like BlocBoy JB, Sosa Geek, OVO signees Division in the UK gigs, who haven't returned to the Billboard charts ever since. As for others who kept their place in the game, the problem is that they just failed to replicate the early rush of publicity that came from the Drizzy feature. That's why when the new artist 4bats got a collab with Drake, which debuted with 3 million streams in its opening 24 hours on Spotify, not everyone saw it as a good thing for his future. So who are the artists whose careers capsized after getting the call from Drake, and how much is he to blame? When you think of an artist who fell off after getting the Drake feature, they don't come much bigger than BlocBoy JB, a Memphis MC who initially garnered attention with tracks like Shoot,
I don't care. JB had my goddamn, me and my friend group in a fucking chokehold. Pause. That Range Rover shit, oh my god, bro. There's a backstory to that song, bro. This is like the best memory of my life. When we was in Hawaii and shit. All because my nigga had a Range Rover, but my boy, he's like rich. He has a Range Rover, right? Well, he did have one. And we would always blast, run in the motherfucking rover. Yeah. So, we went to Hawaii for our school little graduation trip. We was chilling with the baddest bitches in the school. I promise you. Like, this was the baddest group of girls at our school. We was chilling with them all throughout the week. And I did have a girlfriend, but let's not talk about that. But we was chilling with them the whole time. And one night, a drunk night, you know, we was all out having fun in the whip. Had to hop out that bitch to go dance and shit in front of hoes. That Rover came on. Riding that motherfucker. I wish I had the video, bruh. Riding the motherfucking Rover. We was turning that bitch, man. I miss life, bro. Now I'm here making videos.
21 Savage, and the dance that Fortnite would later steal, BlocBoy JB found himself getting the famed DM from Drizzy where he claimed he was his favorite rapper. They would eventually collab on a hit song titled Look Alive, and it went crazy when it debuted, as it basically took over the game and quickly landed BlocBoy in the XXL freshman list for 2018, as well as a record deal with Interscope. Peaking at number 5 on the Billboard charts, the track's official video now has over 390 million views on YouTube alone. But for all the momentum he had, it's all just evaporated once Drizzy did what he always does and moved on to the next hot thing. When his debut album Fat Boy dropped in 2020, it failed to chart, and the same unfortunately goes for 2022's Back to the Block. Although he still has his loyal core fans, resulting in 2.4 million listeners on Spotify, he struggled to come to terms with the negative impact that Look Alive had on his career, even when people pointed out to him.
Do you feel like you, in some ways, you kind of blew up so fast that it gave people weird expectations of what was supposed to be coming from you?
Not to be honest, I feel like I didn't even blow up that fast. It's just like motherfuckers weren't even on me. So when I had this song, it blew up. I didn't blow up, the song blew up. So like people didn't even just know that I had like fucking 4 mixtapes out before
But that's facts,
this
though.
shit. So
That's true.
I always had a grind anyways. So I feel like people just don't understand that.
Even though things aren't in his favor, BlocBoy is confident that good things are coming his way. He still believes he'll rise to the top again and will eventually step out of Drake's shadow.
Yeah, they're tuned out, and guess what? They're gonna come back again. If I see, like, it's just time. It just take time. And like, the longer you keep rapping and the more you keep going, it's the bigger your fan base get. Like, I know when I first dropped them with my real fans, like, I already knew that, because every time I look at my comments, we just see something about Drake or some shit. But now, like, the comments change.
What's interesting is that these days, BlocBoy is trying to ride the same wave by reaching out to Drake for another collaboration. This time, he didn't just slide into Drake's DMs, but he...
How are you going to say, I am going to make a name without Drake, but want to collab with him? Come on, bro. Make it make sense, bro. And you hit him in his DMs. He didn't even hit you in your DMs, bro. Y'all niggas might be getting freaky, boy. Come on, bro. You signing another grown man DMs.
He made it public on his Instagram story saying, I think it's time for another one at Champagne Poppy. This time around, even Drake's fans recognized that there wasn't much for the Six God to gain from teaming up with BlocBoy ever again. Some even have gone far as to comment things like, Drake probably avoiding watching that story right now. And BlocBoy fell off. No waves to ride there for the boy. Rather than being the megastar that Look Alive set him up to be, BlocBoy is now left in obscurity, and his fallout is even being mocked by fellow rappers like Bandman Kevo.
Yeah, he fell off.
Man, what the fuck is you?
I don't care. He should have.
Hold on. Can't be. Hold on. Let me see. This nigga ain't no damn rapper. How you gon'... Man, you ain't no damn rapper, nigga. Yeah, stop all that bullshit, boy.
He didn't say nothing about me. He fell off. He do not got no money like me. He shouldn't have came at me. He fell off. All that dancing and doing this with the leg shit is over with.
I mean, if he came at him, shit, I mean...
It's over with, bro. You don't got it.
Once riding a wave that Drake hopped on, only to jump off before it faded, BlocBoy isn't alone in briefly benefiting from Drake's knack for recognizing what's hot in the culture. Sometimes this phenomenon even extends to rappers from Drake's own city, which was the case for a rapper by the name of Smiley. An underground MC from Toronto, Smiley started his career rhyming with the Garden Gang clique. After a 2015 stint in jail derailed his momentum, Smiley got his initial exposure through tracks like 9 on Me, and soon Drake could be seen rapping his track from the pool.
She might dance, nice shots
in my pants. Orland, that's a label. She want you with no cable. Now I'm popping there annoying. Wow, I don't join in. Right.
Officially on Drake's radar since 2017, he soon signed to Drake's OVO label, and to him, it seemed like the perfect scenario. At that point, Drake really started pushing him heavily on social media.
I seen a picture with you and Ross, and Drake captions the shit that you're his favorite rapper.
Oh yeah.
Right? What that felt like when you seen that?
It was love. So I already, like, he's already said things like that too already. So I was like, I was just surprised he posted that like that, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
With that kind of cosign, he started to believe that he was the one.
Sure, it's like,
are you serious? You really think this nigga's the one?
Embrace everything, like, you know, I understand it, but like, I've been like that. I've been asking myself, like, why me? But I'm gonna keep asking myself that for how long now? Like, you know?
Yeah, it's me.
You know,
Yeah,
but real shit. Why me? But it's just, it's love. Like, that's what's crazy, because now I even see what he sees. Real shit. Like, you know, it's crazy.
So you didn't. Why am I so hostile? I feel like I'm so hostile. Let me calm down. I don't know, things like, you know, dumb shit just made me mad. But fucking God, I'm about to be even more mad. I swear to God, bro. I was literally going to calm down. I really was. Until I seen this nigga shirt. Does he have on a Space Jam LeBron James shirt? Are you fucking serious? Drake, you signed this? Put me in the booth, bro. Put me in the booth. This nigga pulled up to a goddamn interview with a LeBron James fucking Space Jam shirt. I forgot what I was even gonna say, bro. Like, and that just pissed me off, bro. I really forgot what I was gonna say. That just pissed me off.
Fortunately for Smiley, no one else saw it. And when he finally got the Drake cosign on 2021's Over the Top, his flow got clowned by the masses, and everyone pretty much thought he fumbled his opportunity.
Bro, he did, cause what the fuck was this, bro?
What am I listening to? I'm finna get mad, bro, cause this shit, bro. It getting me hot, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
The comments were just as ruthless. One of the hardest verses from Drake in a long time, and Smiley does this. Smiley sounds like he has tickle battles with his homeboys. Despite the fact that the track got number 57 on the chart, his 2021 album, Buy or Buy 2, sold abysmally, clocking in at just 1.5k units in its first week. Since then, he's barely been a factor, but has denied falling off, without any real evidence to back it up, aside from the fact that he was chilling on a boat.
He was the worst. The worst artist
but falling by the wayside in Drake's priorities after he hit isn't exactly anything new. I mean, just look at what happened to iLoveMakonnen, another artist who acquired Drake's attention from a
iLoveMakonnen all day. I really used to listen to iLoveMakonnen all day, bro. All day. Damn, I feel like I have bad music taste. But he has some bangers, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Project. Makonnen's debut EP popped off, courtesy of tracks like Tuesday and I Don't Sell Molly No More. After putting in a call to producer Sonny Digital, Drizzy got his hands on the track, and suddenly, Makonnen's life changed.
Now, when Drake got on it, what did you say?
Oh, man, I just fainted in the house. You saw that little video. I was like, what the hell happened? You know what I'm saying? I was just tripping with my friends, you know what I'm saying, smoking weed, hanging out. Somebody tweeted me a link like, oh, that new Drake and iLoveMakonnen is fire. And I just favored it like, oh, yeah, that would be dope. He must mean like if me and Drake made a track, that would be hot. And I was like, yeah, that would be hot. The official OVO page tweeted me and was like, Drake, iLoveMakonnen featuring Drake, Tuesday remix. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, no way. I met Drake after the show.
So that nigga just put himself on the song?
And then, he came up to me singing some more lyrics from like I Don't Sell Molly and all that. And I was just like, what? How do you know my music? You know what I'm saying?
Soon after that, Makonnen signed to OVO and thought he won the music industry lottery. But just a year after he got signed, the Californian was lifting the lid on the experience and even claimed that Drake threatened to put hands on him at one point. In a lengthy interview with The Fader, Makonnen expressed how he felt like Drake and his crew were, quote, scared when they saw how easily he could cook up some bangers, before expressing how he felt betrayed by Drake's camp for the way he was treated when he entered their orbit. Why y'all want to play games? Why didn't y'all just tell me you didn't want to fuck with me anymore and just let me go about my own way? Why did y'all make me chase you all the way the fuck around and make me look like a fucking fool? Why would you do this? I was threatened by others, someone I so-called look up to, saying we gon' fuck you up the next time we see you. Believing that OVO only signed him because they needed a hot song, Makonnen has stayed on his independent grind, but nothing's ever hit the same since he had this misadventure with OVO. But while there might have always been a ceiling on Makonnen's success anyways, one person who many think has been held back by his association with Drake is PARTYNEXTDOOR. An R&B pioneer in the eyes of the fans, the fellow Canadian has been clicked up with Drake since 2014. And while The Weeknd refused to sign to OVO, PARTYNEXTDOOR was happy to sign his name on the dotted line. I could go to a label where they don't know how to handle me and they don't care, he said of his decision. Or I'll have a mentor who's been through it, who knows exactly what I want to mean to my city and what I want to achieve. They know how to handle your emotions. I'll have freedom and guidance. Even though he claimed to have all this freedom, he later revealed in an interview that he had to give Drake the track Wednesday Night Interlude for one of his projects, even though he wanted it for himself. But there's no denying that Drake made a really big impact for him. In 2016, Come and See Me got him onto the charts. And in 2019, Loyal became his biggest commercial success so far. But there's OVO has boiled over, particularly when it comes to writing for other artists.
I'm 23, but I feel 43, you know what I mean? That's something to write for these other people.
PND has faced criticism for either sharing his hits with Drake or finding his biggest successes alongside him. He once tweeted and deleted his plans to leave the label after one more album in November of 2020.
It seems like Drake really just don't feel like working for himself. Like, he don't like doing shit himself. Why are you taking your protege music, bro? Let him drop that shit, bro. If you think that shit about to be fire, let him drop it so he can build his name. But no, you selfish bitch. You selfish ass nigga. You don't want other people to succeed. You only want yourself to succeed. Bitch ass nigga. And that's why you got exposed.
He wrote, "One more album, then I'll tell y'all what it's like." But now that so much time has passed, it's hard to imagine that even as talented as he is, that he could ever reach the full potential he had before wasting valuable time on the shelf at OVO. As for others, the Drake cosign seemed to come at the perfect time, only to be unable to capitalize. This was definitely the case for young Bleu, an Alabama artist who initially made waves back in 2017 with Miss It. Bleu has always had clear star power, but when his buzz started to take a little dip, having Drizzy hop on 2020's Your Mind Still changed everything for him. Before that, he was battling to get a fair deal from record labels and almost signed his life away on what would have been a terrible contract. But the minute that he was seen next to Drizzy, he suddenly had leverage.
The deal they was offering me, it was like a lot of projects involved in that. Like, and I was just like, man, I ain't got no other choice,
Like
man. I'm
3
just gonna
projects?
take the opportunity, huh?
Like three projects or so?
Like 4. And they wanted my old masters, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
hell to the fucking no.
And it was a number like 250 type shit. You feel
2.5
me?
mil?
No, like 250,000. Like in advance. Okay, just put it in perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like before the Drake record dropped, well, soon as the Drake record dropped, I was having bidding wars between $8 and $9 million.
Really?
Yeah.
The lead single from his album Moon Boy, the record peaked at number 12, and soon after, he was blowing up like crazy. But to this day, Your Mind Still has doubled the plays of his next most popular song. And while albums like 2023's Love Scars 2 did alright, he still hasn't been able to get a hit that comes anywhere close to the impact of the collab with the Six God. Through these artists, we get a glimpse into the potential negative effects of getting the Drake stimulus package. But why does this happen to so many of them? And who exactly is to blame? Drake's critics often suggest that there are hidden reasons behind his collaborations. Since his rise to fame, he's faced accusations of capitalizing on others' sounds or leveraging their hype for his own gain. Back in 2015, when he first started co-signing Kodak Black, Earl Sweatshirt called him a vulture on Twitter, where he wrote, "I still feel like Drake's overall statement isn't 'check this new shit I heard.' It's always self-serving."
Yes,
and
bro,
a lot
I
of
just
people
said
agree.
that.
Drake obviously embraces the curator/trendsetter persona, and he's decent enough at it. But it doesn't ever seem like he manages long-term working relationships with these artists he quote-unquote discovers. Whether it's Dej Loaf, Fetty, or Makonnen, it feels like nothing can happen in hip-hop without him. He's a vampire. But according to Drake, it's nothing as sinister as that. Whether it's UK rap or Afrobeat he's tapping into, it's just because he's a music lover.
I like to enjoy what's going on, man. I appreciate like all these young people creating all these things. You know, it takes some real energy.
Yeah,
and
but
synergy
like
to,
at sometimes, bro, you don't need to put your fucking nose in it, bro. I feel like some artists, whoever's coming up big, bro, you should stay away from Drake. I feel like it's going to get to that point where like, or whoever gets on a song with Drake, bro, they're gonna fall off, bro. Cause Drake is too big of an artist to have as your first feature, bro. Really, he's too big. They only gonna go there just to hear Drake, and then they're gonna fucking leave you be, bro.
create a good song.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that people think that, like, me being, like, into music from these kids that are trying to, like, make it and trying to build a name for themselves is like, oh, that's some culture vulture. Like, what does that even mean? I don't understand.
They can't build
what
a
that
name
means.
for themselves.
Would you rather me, like, not
exactly.
like, acknowledge anything or support? Like, that's some hater shit, but it is what it is. I see it a lot, and I guess people have their own outlook on it.
But it's fair to say that not everyone thinks it's as straightforward as that. In the eyes of the TDE rapper Daylight, he'll just use them up and throw them away.
We live in an era where people need to suck other people's juice. So they're gonna make friends with him, especially you know who. He's gonna make friends with him. He's gonna try to do a song with him and feed off of him like he does every up and coming rapper. What's gonna happen is they're gonna get on your records. They're gonna take your side.
I don't like how he's speaking in my ear right now. It's too the tone is too, you know, it's quiet. It's too seductive. You need to pick up your fucking voice, buddy. Please. You're scaring me. Okay, thank you.
And they're gonna blow up, and then when you dry out, they're gonna keep going.
And when you look at the careers of people like BlocBoy JB and Makonnen, he might have a point. Then you have the problems he faces with the artists on his label.
Right too.
Similar to P&D's experience, There's a feeling that many of the artists are fueling the Drake machine. OVO's Majid Jordan once described a studio setup that was way more similar to a boot camp than it was to a recording session, where artists are secluded, working tirelessly on projects without outside contact. The result? Well, it gave us hits like Just Hold On, We're Going Home, which, as many of you know, is one of Drake's most popular tracks. But it's stories like this that alter some fans' perceptions to the point
that's not
that
even like a bad story for real. Like, why would you not be in the studio? That's probably what fucking Drake be doing. He be in the studio or, well, not no more, you know, he made it. But like, you know, when you on a grind, nigga, does that matter? Does any outside fucking conversation matter? When you on a grind for real, like you, I don't mind fucking being locked up in the goddamn studio just making music. That's what I'm passionate about. That's what I'm trying to get somewhere with. You feel me? What the fuck?
I believe Drake operates a musical sweatshop disguised as a label. So when his newest signee, 4Bats, joined, they were trying to warn him about what to expect. Welcome to the sweatshop, 4Bats. Your stay is indefinite. To noted Drake stan academics, there are definitely problems that arise from the Drake stimulus package.
Drake has successfully cleared himself of a number 2. This was artistry and wizardry at its finest. Hear me out. Drake rocked all these newcomers to sleep that could be possibly an incumbent. Okay, little baby, all right, bet. You know, see, Drake never hates on the new guy. He just shows him overly love and almost gets credit for the new guy come up. Then after a while, he steps away from the nigga and shit never looks the same.
But when it comes down to it, Drake is ultimately free to give a feature to whoever he wants. And if they're not on his label, he doesn't owe them anything else. In fact, while it might give these rappers a buzz in wake of the track dropping, it's not his job to give them a whole career.
I mean, shit, but I feel like he know what he be doing, bro. But that's just me, though. If I was Drake, I'll do the same thing, man. I'm working for myself as well. I mean, like, it's my life, you feel me? But, hey, man, if y'all fuck with it, go watch that Lil Stud Dre feature, Curse. And go to my Twitch, thank you, Zaire, and Discord in the fucking description.